Warriors unlock Stephen Curry with strategic lineup adjustments in comeback over Spurs. The Golden State Warriors' improbable comeback against the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday night was as much a product of strategic coaching as it was individual brilliance. At the center of the performance was Stephen Curry, who delivered an offensive explosion that reminded the league why he remains one of the NBA's most impactful players. The game, however, also demonstrated that elite talent can only be fully maximized when deployed within a system tailored to its strengths. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr, in consultation with his coaching staff, made targeted adjustments, notably benching Jonathan Kuminga and Quinton Post, and implementing a small ball lineup emphasizing spacing and speed. The results were immediate and telling. Curry operated with unparalleled freedom, generating high-efficiency scoring and playmaking opportunities that ultimately fueled Golden State's comeback. Context: Warriors entering critical early season stretch. Golden State began the season with optimism tempered by caution. While the team retains veteran leaders in Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, integrating emerging talent such as Kuminga, Moses Moody, Trace Jackson-Davis, and rookie Will Richard has posed challenges in balancing rotations, spacing, and overall team flow. Early season losses against quality opponents highlighted the limitations of certain lineups, particularly those with larger frontcourt rotations that compromised floor spacing. These matchups underscored a recurring challenge: how to balance size and defensive versatility against the offensive demands of a team anchored by one of the league's greatest shooters. Wednesday's matchup against San Antonio, therefore, became a litmus test for Kerr's strategic flexibility and the Warriors' ability to adapt rotations to maximize elite offensive output. 2. Small ball lineup rationale and deployment. From tip-off, Kerr deployed a lineup designed to prioritize spacing, pace, and perimeter-oriented scoring. Stephen Curry, PG primary offensive orchestrator; Moses Moody, SG perimeter defender and spot-up shooter; Will Richard, SF rookie, moving without the ball, creating secondary spacing; Jimmy Butler, PF cutting, driving, and secondary scoring; Draymond Green, C/PF floor director and defensive anchor. This lineup, deliberately lighter than standard frontcourt combinations, created multiple tactical advantages. 1. Open driving lanes. Fewer interior bodies allowed Curry to penetrate and create scoring opportunities for himself and teammates. 2. Enhanced perimeter spacing. With more shooters positioned around the arc, Curry's gravity generated kick-out opportunities for spot-up shooters. 3. Accelerated offensive pace. Smaller lineups allowed the Warriors to transition quickly, exploiting San Antonio's slower defensive rotations. For flexible defensive switching, while smaller in size, the lineup's versatility enabled multiple switching options, with Green and Moody anchoring communication and rim protection. The decision to bench Kuminga and Post was situational, reflecting a broader principle: the team's most valuable asset, Curry, required structural freedom to function at peak efficiency. 3. Individual player impact. Stephen Curry, 37, demonstrated why he remains a transformative player in the NBA. Freed from congestion, he excelled in multiple facets: scoring, efficient catch-and-shoot attempts, drives to the basket, and off-ball movement drew defensive attention. Playmaking. Curry's passing created numerous secondary scoring opportunities, demonstrating his role as both a scorer and facilitator. Off-ball influence. Even without the ball, Curry's positioning affected San Antonio's defensive alignment, opening lanes for teammates. The performance underscored the continued significance of Curry's offensive gravity and his ability to change game dynamics. Will Richard's inclusion showcased his ability to complement a superstar. His mobility, three-point shooting, and off-ball movement facilitated spacing and allowed Curry to operate with increased efficiency. While a rookie, Richard's performance reinforced his potential as a high-level role player capable of integrating seamlessly into elite offensive systems. Moses Moody benefited from additional spacing and freedom on the court. His ability to cut and shoot in rhythm with Curry enhanced offensive fluidity, providing both scoring and secondary playmaking options. Draymond Green maintained his central role as a floor director and defensive anchor. The small ball lineup allowed him to orchestrate the offense with less congestion and manage defensive responsibilities more effectively. Jonathan Kuminga and Quinton Post, while previously integral, their benching reflected a deliberate tactical choice. Their size, athleticism, and versatility provide defensive advantages in other matchups, but in this scenario, the cost to Curry's spacing outweighed these benefits. 4. Tactical analysis. The small ball strategy exemplifies the Warriors' modern offensive philosophy: prioritize spacing, speed, and elite perimeter talent while sacrificing traditional size when necessary. Tactical outcomes included: 1. Reduced contested shots. Curry faced fewer defensive bodies when taking jumpers. 2. Increased kick-out options. Spacing allowed other perimeter shooters to receive open looks from the arc. 3. Improved driving opportunities. Clean lanes enabled Curry to create both finishing and passing opportunities. 4. Enhanced offensive rhythm. Flow improved with continuous movement, off-ball cutting, and quicker transitions. Historical analysis confirms this strategy aligns with Golden State's championship-era small ball principles, emphasizing the value of positioning, shooting, and versatile offensive creation. -V. Broader implications for Warriors' rotation and season strategy. The Wednesday performance provides insight into Kerr's ongoing balancing act, maximizing Curry. Elite talent must be supported by lineups that amplify strengths. Developing young talent, integrating rookies like Richard and consolidating roles for Kuminga and Moody requires situational flexibility. Situational benchings, tactical rotations may require temporary sacrifices to optimize elite performance. Analysts suggest this game could serve as a model for future rotations, particularly in matchups requiring offensive firepower and spacing optimization. -6. Offensive metrics and efficiency. Early game metrics reflected the impact of the small ball adjustment. Curry, career-like efficiency in shooting and passing metrics. Team field goal percentage, elevated with spacing optimized for perimeter. Scoring assist-to-turnover ratio, improved due to cleaner offensive structure. Transition opportunities, increased frequency of fast breaks and secondary offense facilitated by spacing. These outcomes illustrate the direct correlation between rotational decisions and measurable offensive efficiency. -7. Defensive considerations. While small ball enhances offensive spacing, it introduces defensive trade-offs, reduced rim protection potential, mismatches against taller forwards and centers, increased defensive switching requirements in this game. Green's versatility, coupled with Moody's agility and Butler's positional awareness, mitigated the defensive vulnerabilities typically associated with smaller rotations. -8. Historical context and small ball philosophy. Golden State's small ball approach traces back to the mid-2010s, during the team's first championship runs. Key principles included leveraging elite perimeter talent, prioritizing spacing over traditional size, creating mismatches in transition and half-court, using versatile defenders to cover interior gaps. Wednesday's game serves as a contemporary validation of these principles, demonstrating that strategic alignment of personnel with superstar skill sets remains central to the Warriors' identity. -9. Broader NBA implications. The Warriors' strategic adjustments offer insights for the league at large. Elite perimeter scorers require structurally supportive lineups. Tactical flexibility can produce immediate performance improvements. Small ball principles remain effective, especially in matchups where spacing is critical. Other teams may observe the impact of targeted rotations and adjust their own approaches to maximize individual talent within team frameworks. -X. A conclusion. Golden State's comeback against San Antonio underscores a broader lesson in team strategy. Minor adjustments, when aligned with individual strengths, can yield outsized results. By implementing a small ball lineup and benching larger rotation players, Kerr enabled Curry to operate in his most effective capacity. The outcome demonstrates that even veteran superstars require structural alignment to maximize impact. For Curry, Wednesday's performance reaffirmed his ability to dominate the game and influence outcomes, even late in his career. For the Warriors, the matchup provides a blueprint for future rotational strategies that balance spacing, speed, and talent optimization. As the season progresses, Kerr and his staff will continue to navigate the delicate balance between veteran leadership, emerging talent, and rotational flexibility. Wednesday's game offers both a tactical guide and a reminder. Sometimes the simplest adjustments produce the most profound effects.